Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Collecting Madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. Now, as you can see, I have a pretty substantial box here in front of me, but for some reason, this isn't like your typical box that I would get from WWE shop. And if you're new here, before we fully dive into this video, please hit the subscribe button. And while you're down there, smash the like button if you're as mad as I am about collecting. Now, like I said, this box is very different. It actually seems the belt is laid out. Now, it took me quite some time to get this belt in my collection. It is my favorite championship of all time, and yet it wasn't my first or my second belt in my collection for some reason, but it is here now, and I do have an older version that we will compare to this one, and we'll see how it stacks up against each other. But from just holding it, it is super heavy, which I like a lot. But if you guys aren't aware by now, this is the WWE Championship. You know, it was John Cena's championship when he introduced it in 2005. And now it's finally here in my collection. So if you didn't know by the title and thumbnail, that's what this is if you somehow clicked on it by the picture. But you can see the network logo there on the front. And it does say Championship Spinner Replica. This is the adult size replica, so it is the metal version. I don't even know if they do a plastic version of this anymore, but if they did, that is not this one. And neither was my old one. But I'm super excited to see what this thing looks like in person, all laid out. Like I said, I have a mini rated R. I have a child size back when they did it in 2005, and now I finally have the adult version in my collection, and this is probably my most anticipated belt in my collection. So I'm kind of holding off on the grand reveal in the front here, so bear with me, and we'll look at it together. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh my gosh. It is so freaking beautiful. Holy cow. And it's already spinning. Yo, the main plate is just massive. Guys, coming from that smaller one, and we will get it out here immediately, I'm automatically noticing a lot of difference. Obviously the size, but like the different choice of the leathers is a little bit different than mine. Obviously mine's older too, but the stonework seems to look a little bit better. And I'll probably go over each individual one of these just to make sure that my replica is okay. And yeah, taking a look at all the rivets here and the eagle, and there are some different what's it called, different plates here compared to the older one, especially on this side. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know, but if not, you'll see when I do the comparison here. But this is just absolutely gorgeous, and it spins so smoothly. I think older ones also ticked. This one seems to be doing just fine no matter how I angle it, and maybe that's because they raised the side plates. But let's get the other one out here and all the other and do some comparisons and shots, and then we'll go over my final thoughts. Now, in case you didn't know, you do get some extra stones here that come in a little baggie. They also did this back in 2005 with the original replicas, as these stones do fall out. They're not real diamonds, they're not cubic zirconia, they're not Swarovski crystal. They're just plastic clear stones, and they don't shine as well as I would like. And I do eventually plan on restoning this belt, maybe even re-leathering and getting a gold tip, just because I want this as close as possible to the real thing. As I said, this is my favorite championship. So here I have the belt bags folded up, except this mini one. This is the only one that understandably, of course, is going to be small, as it is the mini championship. But of course, you can see the difference between the texture of material, as the newer ones come with a way better suede, and they also zip down across the whole back. Whereas this one in an old school championship or old school style WWE only lets you zip in the middle. And the material is very, very different. You also have the old scratch logo here versus the new WWE Network logo. It also says what title is on the front, and then there's nothing here, so you had no clue. They upgraded eventually to like a Raw logo or SmackDown logo. My other ones have a WCW logo, depending on what belt you have, but they did start doing the names on them. And then now, because they still do commemorative editions for some championships, it will say that on the front so that you know it's a real replica or the plastic version. So now here we have 3 different sizes of this championship. Obviously this one's sticking out like a sore thumb just because it is the mini belt series. It has a different plate, that being the Rated R Superstar, and on the back it is stamped and has the network logo. And it's like this because I have had it like this displayed in my collection for quite some time. So we're gonna move this one out the way, even though it's a way better color and stone than this one, and we're gonna take a closer look at these two. So here we have both the championships, this being the 2005 version versus the new, I haven't checked the stamp on the back yet, but it is version 2. And you can definitely see the difference between the gold, between the stones. This one is very, very beat. As you can see, the leather here, or pleather, is very, very wrinkled up. It's damaged. I have some marks on the bottom here. This one got very, very beat up. This is a free spinning belt, and it is die-cast plates, just like that one. The main difference I notice, you can see the diamonds here versus up top are on different sides, but they are the same on this. So it's like they had 2 of the same ones and they didn't do asymmetrical stuff, which would have been cool to see. The WWE Champion is still here on the left, although it follows on the right side on the new version, whereas when the belt was first introduced, it had a SmackDown logo, which some companies do offer and WWE Shop did offer. But when they came out with this belt, it said Monday Night Raw when the belt went over to Raw. So I'm kind of happy I have this. This belt's iconic. It's very old. My grandmother gave it to me. It's very special to my heart. But I always wanted this version of the championship, that being the adult version, and I'm super, super excited to have it. If I haven't already stated that enough, you do have the crown molding all along. You also have the stones going all the way around. Now, what most people don't know is inaccurate is the stones here are also white in the center spin logo, where it's supposed to be yellow, and even those are white, and that's also another reason I want to restone it. And if you don't believe me, you can check photos, and you can also see for some reason they did it in the miniature replica, but not on their adult replicas or even child size version back in the day. And since they improved it, they definitely could have done it going forward and fixed that mistake. So I have no clue why they have done this. The other thing I notice is the plate is solid flush against the base plate, the main plate, and it's kind of thick there along with the eagle, versus this championship, which is raised, and you can see it kind of see through, and the eagle is raised as well. Now, I don't know why they did that, but I have a theory that maybe it's because I know there were some clinging issues when you would spin the belt and turn it certain ways. Maybe this gave clearance, or who knows, maybe this is how WWE actually did it. So here we have the back of the belts. You can see you used to be able to see the spinner here. I believe you could lock this or take it out. You can't do that with the new one. It is covered. The screws look just about the same. Even the backing looks a little bit of the same. For some reason, this child size version, I took the stickers off, but it didn't have a stamp like that one does. And I know a lot of these replicas do, because all my other ones do. Even the miniature one. So I'm just confused why this never did. And if somebody in the comments knows, please let me know down below if it was just something with the child size versus the adult size or what. I do know that Figures Toy Company or Figures Inc. used to do these belts before WWE shops took over, but they still sold from the shop. So I just don't know why it didn't have any of that stamping. At least mine doesn't. If yours does, that's cool. Maybe this is something rare. I don't know. That'll do it for today, guys. As you can see, going over this belt, very, very detailed, very gorgeous. The color is way better than the original. I found out this is a 2014 version, and I'm super, super happy with it. I couldn't ask for anything better. Now, I am skeptical of their plating. I probably won't try to touch this as much as I know it could probably fade over time, and I definitely don't want that to happen, seeing as I love this championship so much. I already stated that I plan on re-leathering or re-stoning this belt. I will provide updates and videos on that. If you would like to see more WWE content, let me know down below, and let me know what you thought of this video. One more quick thing I wanted to point out. This WWE scratch logo doesn't have a red mark, and this one does. I don't know if that's normal or not. I also noticed the eagle faces the championship in this version versus this version, it faces away. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick update. It's been a couple days. I came back. I had to order a replacement one. I just got it back, and I'm about to send this one back out. I had a couple defects with the belt that I researched on my own. So those of you who I said to reach out in the comments, I did figure it out and fix it myself because I knew it was some type of an issue. But you can see on the new one, it is completely fine. The studs, diamonds here facing the proper way versus for some reason they're the wrong way. And it's also missing the red paint because on this plate, it had the red paint. So now it is the proper way. I made sure all the stones were good. The leather is good. I had a little defect here on this one in the leather grain. If you can see that, it's like indented there versus this one is good. And I still have the plastic wrap on it that I still have to take off. But they both spin good. I checked out the main plate, compared it to spinning this one, and it does just as well as this one does. So this one is all good to go, and I'm super happy with it. Not that I wasn't with this. You know, you just pay so much for these belts and so much money. I wanted to have one that is as close to the real deal as possible. And of course, when you pay for something, you want what you're paying for. So that's why I did that. So thank you to WWE Shop for being patient and also understanding and being so quick to get this out to me. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.